3, 2, 1, let's go. Hey loves, welcome back. Hey my Monday makers, my movers and my shakers, my goal setters, my goal crushers, my record breakers. Yeah, I got it right this time. Hey loves, welcome back. If you're new here, if this is your first time and you've clicked on this video and you're wondering what we are all about, my name is Mfaro and we are the Make Your Monday family. Yeah, so, and if you're a returning, my OGs, my real Monday makers, thank you so much for clicking on this video again. Thank you so much for your support. Hey, to all the new subbies, thank you so much for subscribing. So if you're new, hit that subscribe button and join part of my beautiful family. So in today, we are going to be speaking about, do you know your directions of use? And creating an environment that is conducive for your vision. So I just want to show you something really quick, right? So whenever you purchase a garment, right, it comes with this tag, right? I don't know if you can see it, so it's a bit upside down. It comes with this tag. Sorry, the light. Okay. So it comes with a tag, right, that tells you how you're supposed to take care. The camera is not focusing. How you're supposed to take care of your garment. And usually what we call these are like your like instructions on how to take care of it, or your directions of use, right? So for example, this garment says you're supposed to cool wash, do not bleach, use a cool iron, do not dry clean, and do not tumble dry, and wash dark colors separately, right? So you as a person, right? Remember, we've already spoken about setting our 2023 goals. We now know what we want to do in the year. We've kind of figured out what is the direction for the year. And like I always say, we have different things that we want to do. We have different goals. We have a different direction that we are each going to take because we are living different lives, right? And so as I was just thinking about this, it kind of dawned on me that, sometimes we are, like we said in the last video, that we've already upgraded, like in the process of upgrading ourselves to match our goals, is that we also need to create an environment that is actually conducive for our goals. How do you take care of yourself to ensure that you are also meeting the goals that you have set? Guys, give me my flowers while I'm still alive. I'm joking, but yeah, so it's important that you know what are your directions of use. How are you supposed to take care of yourself? How do you take care of your goals? If you saw, like what we read, the garment says, use a cool iron, wash in cool water. So it means that you are also supposed to be mindful of your environment. I think this is the biggest thing about our goals, is we need to address the environment. We need to address your surroundings. Are you in a place that is conducive for your goals? Are you in a place that is actually going to feed your goal? Are you surrounded by people who believe you and support you in what you're doing? Because in as much as this garment has its own directions of use, right? It's very different from, let me just take the other one. How I take care of that one is very different of how I'm going to take care of this garment. So if you read this one says, okay, this one says you're supposed to wash in like water that's 40 degrees. You're supposed to use a cool iron, no tumble drying. I'm just kind of looking for the English ones, but also what the garment is made up of. So the garments are made up of different materials that require different care. So your goals are made up of different things that require different care as well. So you need to look, is my environment feeding my goal, or is it starving me? Is it feeding my vision, or does it actually kill my vision? I think we spoke about it in one of the videos where I said it's not necessarily about getting yourself yes men who agree with everything that you do, who aren't going to correct you, who aren't going to speak the honest truth with you, but you actually need to surround yourself with people who believe in what you're doing, people who can also see where you are going, who can also tell you, who can have an honest conversation with you that I think the place where you are trying to do this might actually kill your vision, or what you're doing can actually starve, you know, your vision. And so the environment is also not just about people, but what books are we reading? Are we reading? Are we consuming things? There's that saying that says you are what you eat. And as much as, yes, you are what you eat, not just physically, but you are what you eat spiritually. You are what you eat emotionally. You are what you eat psychologically. What books are you reading? Those things all form part of your environment. What kind of music do you listen to? What kind of podcasts are you listening to? We've already spoken about what kind of people you're surrounding yourself with. Are you in a community that way if you share an idea, people can genuinely give you good advice, they can give you good feedback? Are you with the kind of people that if you say, hey, this is what I'm thinking of doing, they can actually say, look, I may not be well versed in this area, but I know someone, I have a connection, I have someone who can actually maybe help you to better navigate or figure out what it is that you are trying to do, right? So back to our directions of use, back to our directions, like our care instructions. How should you take care of your goals? How are you going to take care of your vision to ensure that, because you know what, if we decide to do our own thing, right? Like the government has said, wash me in cold water. Use a cool iron on me. Don't dry clean. Don't tumble dry, right? And we decide, okay, I'm going to dry clean. I'm going to tumble dry this garment because I don't have that kind of time, right? What's going to happen is this thing will not last as long as it's supposed to. And it will not function the way that it is supposed to. The same with you. We've spoken about the goal, but now we also need to talk about you. Discover that you as a person, what are your directions of care? What are your directions of use? What is the best environment that you thrive in? What is it that when you consume, it makes you become the best version of yourself? What kind of foods do you need to eat so that you are energetic and you are productive? Are you the kind of person who maybe needs structure and direction in your life? Like me, I'm a type A personality. Guys, I don't do well if I don't have a diary. Like my life has been a wreck these past 2 weeks because I didn't have a diary. Like if I'm not writing stuff down, I just go through the days and my life is just like, I don't know what I'm doing. So people are different. Find out what are your directions of care. What is it that you need to do to make sure that you are reaching your goals? What is it that you need to do to make sure that you yourself are actually functioning at your very best? What kind of diet do you have? Do you do well? If you see, oh, this is chocolate. This is chocolate. As much as I love it, it's not very good for me. So you kind of need to figure out what foods, like when I eat, when I consume this, how does my body respond? Do I slow down or do I feel energetic, right? And when I read, what books am I reading? Look, there's nothing wrong with reading, novels, your suspense, your thrillers, your romance. Those are okay. But the thing is, what vision does it feed in your mind? What are you coming out with after having read that book? Do you feel motivated and you realize that actually I can do it? I can do this. I've got it on lock. Or are you leaving there like in a fantasy world where, there's a man coming to sweep you off your feet like a princess? I'm not saying it's not there. It is there. But like we were speaking last time about having realistic and attainable goals, you definitely want to make sure that you yourself are in the right environment. You are actually doing things that are conducive for you. So, like I was saying, that you need to know which environment is conducive for you. I just want to take you to a story in the Bible. Here we share a lot about God. Everything is based off of biblical principles. So, there was a young man in the Bible, and he was known for being a dreamer. And this is Joseph. His story is found in Genesis 37. And so I just want to read a short part to you. I think we'll start from verse 5. And it says, Joseph had a dream, and when he told it to his brothers, they hated him all the more. He said to them, listen to this dream I had. And then he goes on to explain, we were binding sheaves of grain out in the field when suddenly my sheaf rose and stood upright, while your sheaves gathered around mine and bowed to it. His brothers said to him, do you intend to reign over us? Will you actually rule us? And they hated him all the more because of what? Because of his dream and what he had said. And then he has another dream, and then he tells them. Right, but I just want to jump to verse 20, right, verse 19 and 20. And it says, here comes that dreamer. They said to each other, come now, let's kill him and throw him into one of these cisterns and say that a ferocious animal devoured him. Then we'll see what comes of his dreams. So do you see how serious it is about you creating a conducive environment for your dreams? Also, in sharing your dreams, you need to know who to share your dreams with. Because Joseph, if you actually read the scripture, Joseph didn't fully maybe have the interpretation of his dream, but his environment was able to interpret his dream for him, and his environment wanted to squash that dream. If you read, they say, come, let's kill him. Because what? And they say, we want to see what will become of that dream. Imagine that people are willing to go to that extent, because what you don't realize is your environment has the ability to interpret your dream and your vision and what it is going to become. So that's why it's so important to create, I think our post was, create an environment which allows your dreams and visions to live and not die. This is where it's coming from. If you are not careful, your environment will kill your dream. It will kill your goals. It will kill your vision. We have so many people that if you sit down and you talk to them, they will tell you that if only I was surrounded with different people, I would be in a different place. I had such big dreams. I had such a big vision. But what happened? Their environment squelched. Like that poor little dream. So if you are not careful, your environment, your little dream, it's not even little, it's a big dream, but it will, you get it? So, and one thing I love about God is that even though Joseph didn't understand, or maybe he didn't see how much his environment was willing to kill his dream, God made a plan to move him to a different environment. Because now if you read a few chapters later, let's go to where it is so that you don't say I'm lying to you, right? Let's go to, I believe it's in chapter 40 or 41. Okay, it's in 41 where Pharaoh has a dream. Okay, so after this, if you don't know the story, Joseph is sold and then he's bought by traders who then go and sell him in Egypt. And then he's bought by Potiphar, and then his wife accuses him, and then he gets thrown in jail. And then, yeah, I'll just encourage you to read it. This is like a very, very highly summarized version. And then he interprets dreams for the cupbearer and the baker. And then when the cupbearer is restored, Pharaoh has a dream. Right, now look at this. Pharaoh had a dream. And what does Pharaoh do when he has a dream? He calls magicians and wise men around him. And it says what? This, I'm reading from verse 8. And it says, Pharaoh told them his dreams, but no one could interpret them for him, right? Now, the importance of this was that Joseph needed to be moved to an environment where dreams were actually welcomed. Like I said, give me my flowers while I'm still alive. Joseph had to be moved to an environment that welcomed dreamers. Oh gosh, it may be painful being cut off from certain people. It may be painful when you find yourself being cut off from things you used to like to do, but it's because God knows I need to put you in an environment where dreamers are welcomed. Oh, it's so great. So be very, very, very serious this year about creating an environment that allows your dreams, your visions, your goals to live and to actually come to life. What does this look like? Know where to open your mouth, right? Joseph, unfortunately, at this point, we can just see that he didn't have the wisdom. After the first dream and the reaction of his brothers, he was kind of supposed to understand that this is not the best environment for me. So you can have a situation where the first time around you tell people, like I said, they don't have to be yes men. That's the most important thing. They don't have to agree to everything, but let it be people who give you sound advice, right? After the first dream, he was supposed to read the flags and realize that this is not the right environment for me to share my dream. These people, we're not moving together. They're not seeing what I'm seeing. And that's okay. Not everyone has to see what you're seeing. Not everyone has to understand it. But make sure that wherever you are putting your dream, wherever you are placing it, place it in an environment that is conducive for it, that is good for it. Otherwise, like we said, your environment is more than willing to crush that dream, to kill that dream. Why? Because sometimes, most of the times, our environment actually has the ability to interpret our dream, to interpret our goal, to interpret our vision of what it can actually be. So, loves, please, this year, I'm not saying do everything in silent and just cut off everyone. No, but get yourself good, level-headed people who can help you create that environment. Create an environment that allows you to function at your very best. Let's exercise, eat the right food, make sure you're having a good relationship with God so that you are functioning at your very best. So how do you get to know your directions of use, what is your care package, right? What is the best environment that you thrive in? You have to know yourself. You actually have to be intentional about knowing yourself. You have to study yourself. You have to study your patterns. When you are winning, what is it that you've done? When you are losing, what is it that you have done? What is it that you've eaten physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally? What is it that you have consumed that is either slowing you down or making you efficient? So I just want to challenge you that as we are in 2023, let us also know ourselves, because when we know ourselves, then we can set goals that are true to us, that are in tune with us, that are in line with us. Like I keep saying, goals that allow you to live, goals that are authentic, goals that are real, so that you are actually taking milestones that make you smile, milestones that make you feel like you have actually achieved the things that you want to do. As I feel like such a motivational speaker. But yeah, so it's really, really important that we are mindful of our environments. If you realize that you're around people who don't believe in what you're doing and they don't even have a valid reason or a very good reason, you're allowed to disconnect. You're allowed to disconnect from those people. And also know where to share what's on your heart, know where to share your dreams and your visions or whatever it is that you're trying to do. Because by disconnect, I don't mean cut that person off and you have to villainize them. No, but when you're around them, be mindful. Know that okay, if I want to discuss the things that I want to do, if I maybe want to discuss this particular vision, I don't think this person is a right fit. They just aren't good in taking care of. And even in terms of when you are looking for if you're in business and you have workers, I think it's really important to also surround yourself with people who understand how to take care of your garment, how to take care of your vision, how to take care of your dream. Find people who also care enough to understand how best can I serve your vision? How best can I come alongside you and help you achieve this goal, help you achieve this dream? I see what you're wanting to do, but I don't really know. Tell me, what is this dream made up of? What is this vision made up of? You can't do that if you don't study. If you actually don't take time to sit down and look and say, what is this all about? What is my goal actually made up of? What is my dream actually made up of? That is what will help you and give you direction for how to care for that vision, how to care for that dream, but also how to care for yourself. What are you made up of? We are mind, we are body, we are soul, we are spirit, right? Sometimes people combine the soul and the mind together. But make sure you're taking care of all those aspects, right? In terms of your spirit, make sure you're connected, having a good relationship with God, making sure that, you are on, your cup is full, that you're spending enough time with him so that you yourself, let me tell you, there's no better place for you to actually know who you are than with God. Because when you know God, he will also tell you who you are, and he will tell you what dreams, he will give you a direction on what your vision should be, what is the vision for your life, and you will also be able to know how to take care of that vision, even in terms of your body, to know that, okay, I need to be working out, I need to be eating well, I need to be drinking my water. All those things, be able to know what are your directions of care, what are your directions of use, what kind of books that when you read discourage you, what series do you watch that demotivate you or plant certain ideas in your mind. You need to know. You actually need to know what kind of music affects your mood, that when you listen to it, you end up feeling hopeless, you end up feeling like you actually cannot do anything. Make sure that you're mindful of that. So as we wrap up for this week, like I said, this week I wanted to make sure that I kept it short and sweet and straight to the point. But yeah, I know we have a pending Bible study. I'm yet to sit down and film and just get direction as to what exactly I need to speak about, so that the video is actually useful and it can actually help someone and impact someone's life. But otherwise, from me to you, don't forget to take care of yourself. Please make sure that you are eating well, you are resting well, you are taking care of your body. Make sure that even as you are doing your vision boards, as you are at the start of your year, as you have got ginger, you've got vigor, you've got fire for your goals, don't forget about your environment. Don't forget to set the kind of environment which doesn't allow you to just survive, but which allows you to thrive. Amen. Well, this is the year of thriving. We want to thrive. We want to go places. We want to live. We want to live a life of impact. We actually want to bring impact, not just to ourselves, but even to those around us. So from me to you, take care. See you in our next video.